Hey folks, Dr. Baker here. I'm in the kitchen. I want to discuss a couple of different fat sources that may be on your carnivore diet. What are some of the differences and why you might want to use one or the other? First one we'll talk about is butter, good old butter. Everybody's heard of butter, everybody's had butter, I assume. And the other product is tallow. And this tallow here comes from Colorado Craft. Some of the major differences now, many people don't know this, but tallow is 100% fat by weight, whereas butter actually is about 80% fat by weight. The remainder, 16% of it's water, about 2% is from different minerals, and then about 2% are milk solids or proteins. That means that tallow by serving volume has a little bit more calories, about 900 calories versus about 700 calories, when you're comparing those two. Now, there is a certain difference when it comes to cooking. Tallow has a much higher smoke point, that is how hot you can cook it before it starts to get brown and black and burn and not taste good. That's about 420 degrees, whereas butter achieves the same thing at about 350 degrees, so a little bit lower ability to handle high heats. Butter is also full of certain vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins in particular, A, D, E, and K, as well as a number of different minerals, calcium, magnesium, and potassium, whereas tallow tends to have things like choline. There is also vitamin D. There's a difference in the fat content. Saturated fat in tallow tends to be about 50-50, about 50% saturated fat, 50% monounsaturated fat, maybe a little bit of polyunsaturated fat there, whereas butter tends to be higher in saturated fat, rounding out at about 67%. Now, usages and what my preferences are. Some of you guys know I pretty much cook everything on the grill. All my steaks go on the grill, so I have very little use for tallow for cooking steaks or things like that. What I do use is sometimes I'll cook things in a pan, and then often I will use butter for that. I actually prefer the taste of butter for those types of things, like whether it be eggs or maybe seafood or something like that, cooking up some shrimp or something like that. Whereas tallow, again, might be better for frying or roasting things. This is back in the day. We remember McDonald's used to fry their French fries in tallow, and those people that still eat those things might be better served with that. So anyway, these are some of the major differences. They're both, in my view, very healthy fats. I know there's a lot of people say, oh, these are all unhealthy fats, but that's not my perspective there. And I think it depends upon why you're doing it, cooking at high heat versus lower heat, and then also your taste preferences. Again, I think butter actually tastes better than tallow in my view, but they both are great fats. All right, folks, let me know what you think. What's your favorite, tallow or butter, or do you have another fat you prefer? All right, leave a comment down below, and we'll see what it shows up with. You guys take care. Bye-bye.